The order really says that one of the parent needs to be a US citizen.
Is basically any child who will be born to temporary visa holders 30 days from when the executive order is signed. So if both parents are on a temporary visa, or if one of the parents is a green card holder or a US citizen, then only you can claim citizenship of the United States.
There is no way that the US system would allow you to adjudicate to get your green card while you're still alive. Birthright citizenship is part of the 14th Amendment. And why is it important and why is it so much in news these days? Simply because ever since President Trump took oath to become the 47th President of the United States of America, one of the first executive orders that he signed was to end birthright citizenship. But is it so simple to just sign a document, a piece of paper, an executive order by the president, and just end what is part of the Constitution of United States of America? What this birthright citizenship ending mean for you, especially if you're on a visa, a temporary visa, like an L1 or an H1B. I'm Neha Mahajan, and along with me is Anirban. We founded Skilled Immigrants in America. In fact, Anirban is the man behind H4EAD in its entirety that you see today. Back in 2018, 2017, when Trump administration tried to take away H4EAD, it was Skilled Immigrants in America that ran campaigns. Both Anirban and I led it, which resulted in safeguarding H4EAD. We appreciate all your support over the years. What does this executive order mean?
The executive order that came out basically says that anybody who is undocumented or is on a temporary visa, like you said, H1B, L1, L2, H4, if they have a child who is born in the United States 30 days from when the executive order has been signed, that child will not be getting US citizenship.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, I would like to say this is not about kids who are already born in the United States, but this is basically any child who will be born to temporary visa holders 30 days from when the executive order has been signed.
Right. And the order really says that one of the parent needs to be a US citizen.
So if both parents are on a temporary visa, or if one of the parents is a green card holder or a US citizen, then only you can claim citizenship of the United States. One of the parents will have to be either a green card holder, a permanent resident, or a US citizen.
Right.
If both parents are either undocumented or are on a temporary visa, then the child does not get US citizenship.
Right. And we are hearing in news all sorts of stories of women who are nearing their, full term of pregnancy, literally going to doctors for preterm babies, requesting them for a C-section so that they can have babies before this, this executive order goes into effect. But there is a little bit of a hitch here.
It's basically a temporary block on the executive order. So a judge in Seattle, which is interesting because the judge is a Ronald Reagan appointee, right? So which means he's conservative by nature. The judge basically put a temporary hold on the executive order, which is a 14-day hold, basically. Yeah. But then the idea is that it will be put on hold, and then there will be more hearings where eventually it could lead to a permanent hold while this matter basically goes through the courts. I think what the administration is basically going to try is they're going to push it all the way to the Supreme Court. Yeah. And we know since now it's a 6-3 towards, tilting towards conservative, I think that's what the administration is going to try.
So what's going to happen in the meantime? People who are waiting, who have babies to deliver, what's going to happen?
Right. I mean, basically, if the hold stays, then basically it means that the executive order does not go into effect, which means it will be as it is. So essentially, people on temporary visas do have babies, they will still be considered US citizens. And we know that while they go through the courts, the executive order does not take effect. I mean, that essentially what becomes. I mean, the judges will always put a temporary hold on it before it plays out in court. Like, I mean, we can talk about the H4EAD lawsuit, right? Before it was even coming out, and I know we are going way, way back here. It was back in 2015 when H4EAD first came out, right? And
May
we know
26th.
Save Jobs, right? Save Jobs USA filed a lawsuit
Yes.
saying it was illegal for the Obama administration to do it because it was not authorized by Congress, right?
Right.
But we know it's legal because it had gone through the rulemaking method.
Right.
So, and then Save Jobs USA filed the lawsuit, and the judge put a temporary. So they were trying to basically put it on hold before it was even implemented, right?
Right.
The judge temporarily put a hold on it, saying that no, it will be implemented. And eventually we knew it was implemented in May of
Right.
2015.
Yes.
But then it did play out in courts, right? It played out
Yeah.
in courts for a long, long
And it
time.
kept going on. It
It
up
kept
until
going
very
on. Yeah,
recently. Yes.
exactly. Right. Until very, very
Yes.
recently, it was
I think it
just
was
like
fall of
declared.
last year.
Yeah,
That
it was just
yeah.
just declared that so
Right.
these things play out for a long time, but then that's the whole point, is like as long as these things play out in courts, it basically allows it, if something is about to be implemented by the government, it will allow it to be going on, or if something that is going to be stopped by the government, it will be
Right.
put on hold. So
But
that's
you
the
know, the problem here is that there's so much fear mongering, and the
absolutely
fact that nothing's happening for green card backlog. So basically, if you're born in India and you're here on a temporary visa, especially on an H1B in category EB2 or EB3, there is no way that the US system would allow you to adjudicate to get your green card while you're still alive. It's as simple as that. But with this executive order, even that hope of maybe getting US citizenship sometime far in the future, even that has been kind of, it's almost ridiculous that this is happening,
yeah.
right? In United States of America.
This is not the first rodeo. We know what happened between
Yes.
2016 and 2020 when he was president. He tried to do a bunch of stuff. He did a bunch of stuff. We're probably expecting some things to happen. So, which will probably happen once a new director comes for the USCIS.
If you have any questions, I'll be putting out my email here. We'll be putting out our X and other social media platforms right here. So please be sure to follow us, subscribe to this channel also. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment and we'll definitely get back to you. Until next time, thank you.